It's a vast universe out there, and humanity's newest eye in the sky, the James Webb Space Telescope, has begun showing us parts of it in ways we never imagined. While most of its work is aimed deep into space, searching for the earliest galaxies and distant exoplanets, it briefly turned its attention much closer to home. Mercury, the innermost planet of our solar system. Mercury is notoriously difficult to study from Earth. Its proximity to the Sun means telescopes struggle against overwhelming glare, and most spacecraft have only managed short flybys or limited orbits. But Webb's infrared vision and spectroscopic tools gave scientists a rare chance to cut through the solar brightness and capture the planet in unprecedented detail. At first, the images looked ordinary enough. The scorched surface glowed with expected heat signatures, revealing ancient craters and long fault lines already catalogued by earlier missions like Mariner 10 and Messenger. For a brief moment, it seemed like confirmation of what we already knew. Mercury was a dead, battered world. But as the data streamed in, things began to look different. Beneath the battered crust, Webb detected unusual spectral readings, pockets of metals and silicates that didn't match Mercury's known geology. Stranger still, these deposits appeared in distinct geometric patterns stretching across hundreds of kilometers. Instead of random mineral patches, the shapes formed alignments with remarkable precision, some running parallel to Mercury's poles and orbital path. To those who studied the data closely, the arrangement seemed too deliberate to dismiss. When deeper scans hinted at vast cavities and tunnel-like structures beneath the surface, speculation became unavoidable. Could these be artificial? Some features resembled long trenches and hexagonal clusters, while others appeared aligned to astronomical markers such as Mercury's rotation axis or orbital positions around the Sun. The precision was unsettling, suggesting not only construction, but knowledge of orbital mechanics far beyond what we would expect from natural processes. Adding to the mystery, Webb detected faint but persistent thermal emissions from some of these buried regions. The signals were too regular to be dismissed as random noise, yet too weak to resemble active volcanism or natural heat release. Whatever they were, they hinted at activity, even if only residual, deep below Mercury's crust. If true, this discovery would mark the first clear evidence of non-human engineering in the solar system. The implications for science, philosophy, and society would be extraordinary. Unsurprisingly, the reaction behind closed doors was swift. Communication channels that had once been open became restricted. Access to the raw data was locked down. Within days, Webb's Mercury scans were suspended, and the most detailed records quietly removed from public archives. Official explanations pointed to the telescope's delicate instruments and the risks of pointing so close to the Sun. But those who had seen the raw data suspected another reason. The findings were too controversial to release. For scientists accustomed to open discovery, the sudden secrecy was disheartening. Webb had been celebrated as a window into the universe, streaming dazzling images of galaxies and nebulae for the world to share. Now, one of its most surprising results, found not in deep space, but right here in our solar system, had been hidden from view. The questions lingered. If Mercury truly holds remnants of ancient engineering, who built them, and why there? Mercury is one of the harshest environments imaginable. Its surface swings between blistering heat and freezing cold, with no atmosphere to soften the extremes. Yet those same conditions could act as a preservative, keeping structures intact for eons, untouched by erosion or weather. Perhaps Mercury was chosen precisely for that reason. A vault at the edge of the Sun's domain, silent and enduring. Or perhaps the anomalies are something else entirely, an exotic geological process we have yet to understand. Speculation has already taken many forms. Some suggest Mercury may have once been used as a listening post or observation station, perfectly placed to monitor the inner solar system, and perhaps Earth itself. Its close proximity to the Sun would allow an advanced intelligence to study solar activity, orbital mechanics, and planetary alignments with unmatched precision. Others argue the alignments could represent an ancient calendar, etched into rock to measure orbital cycles and solar rhythms with a mathematical accuracy lost to time. A few theories go further still, painting a more unsettling picture: that the tunnels and cavities are not relics of a long-dead civilization, but dormant installations, waiting for a trigger, a signal, or perhaps even for us, to awaken them. Could Mercury hold machinery older than humanity itself, preserved in silence until the right moment arrives? The idea may sound fantastical, but Mercury has always been a planet wrapped in mystery. In ancient times, its fleeting appearance in the dawn and twilight skies made it a symbol of messages and hidden knowledge. To the Romans, it was named after the swift messenger god. To the Babylonians, it was linked to Nabu, the deity of wisdom and writing. Cultures across the world sensed that Mercury was different, elusive, fleeting, and strangely difficult to grasp. Modern science confirmed just how unusual it is. Mariner 10, the first spacecraft to visit in the 1970s, revealed a surface scarred with craters, much like the Moon. Decades later, NASA's Messenger orbiter showed us sweeping cliffs and strange hollows carved into the crust, features unlike any seen elsewhere in the solar system. Now, Europe and Japan's Bepi-Colombo spacecraft is on its way, promising to add yet more detail when it arrives. And then came Webb, gazing at Mercury in infrared light, capable of peering beneath the sunlit glare that blinds most other instruments. What it saw, or perhaps what it wasn't meant to see, is what makes this story different. The mineral patterns did not resemble random geological scatterings. They aligned. They repeated. They echoed design. For those who analyzed the data, the thought was unavoidable: nature rarely produces geometry on such a scale. And so the questions multiply. If these features are real, who placed them there? And why choose Mercury, a planet so hostile to life? Its surface temperature swings from freezing cold at night to blistering heat in the day. It has almost no atmosphere, no protection from radiation, no seas or winds to shake its rocks. Yet perhaps that is precisely the point. Unlike Earth, with its relentless erosion and shifting plates, Mercury is a world of preservation. Structures carved into its crust could endure for millions, even billions of years, untouched by time. A perfect vault for knowledge, hidden in plain sight. Whatever the truth, the decision to silence Webb's Mercury data left more questions than answers. Was this a one-time event, a cautious pause while scientists review the data, or a sign that other discoveries in our solar system are already being filtered before reaching the public? If Mercury's anomalies were hidden, what might future scans of Venus's cloud-shrouded atmosphere, Mars's buried subsurface layers, or the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn reveal? Would we ever be trusted with the full picture? History offers a warning. From the unearthing of the Rosetta Stone to the rediscovery of lost cities like Troy or Machu Picchu, knowledge has always reshaped the way we understand ourselves. Each revelation forced societies to reevaluate their past, their myths, and their future. If proof of extraterrestrial engineering exists just a few planets away, humanity would be forced to confront its place in the cosmos far sooner than expected. Religions, philosophies, and entire worldviews could be shaken overnight. And yet, perhaps the greatest risk lies not in the discovery itself, but in how it is managed. If such knowledge is hidden, controlled, or weaponized, it may become less a breakthrough for humanity and more a tool for power. Transparency has always been the foundation of science, but when discoveries border on the unimaginable, transparency often becomes the first casualty. For now, Mercury continues its quiet orbit, indifferent to our curiosity. The anomalies remain buried, hidden beneath layers of rock and time, waiting for the day when humanity dares to look again. Perhaps the next probe sent to Mercury will bring clarity, a mission designed not just to map its surface, but to drill, to scan, and to seek the truth beneath. Or perhaps Webb's fleeting glimpse will remain a tantalizing mystery, one of those cosmic moments when we almost saw more than we were allowed to. What lingers is the possibility that our solar system is not just a cradle for Earth and its life, but a vast archive, a library of clues left behind by forces or intelligences older than we dare imagine. If that is true, then Mercury may not be the end of the story, but only the beginning. Each world may hold a fragment of a larger puzzle, waiting to be pieced together. And so the planet spins on, locked in its orbit around the Sun. To us, it appears as a small, scorched world. But to those who have studied Webb's forbidden data, Mercury may be something else entirely. A silent monument, waiting for humanity to finally listen.